Hi, I'm Charlie Roadman, Austin criminal defense attorney, and today I want to talk about probation, and specifically the day of probation where you started. The first part of that day after getting to court is filling out the plea paperwork with me or whoever your attorney is, and then the second step is filling out the probation intake form, which looks like this, and it's just basic demographic data about you. And it does have 3 references that they want. They're not going to call the references, but you should have a name, address, and phone number for 3 people. So once you fill that out, we go in front of the judge, and typically a misdemeanor plea is about 45 seconds long, where we plead no contest, and the judge just says, "Are you who you are?" And you say, "Yes, sir, yes, ma'am," and the judge says, "Okay," and then here's the deal. After that, you'll talk with the in-court probation officer, who's usually over in the corner, and they will give you, well, first they'll go over with you these conditions of probation, and have you sign, and there's about 40 different conditions, okay? The main few are you can't drink alcohol, you can't use any drugs, and you can't get rearrested again. And you basically have to do whatever they tell you to do. And so they'll go over that, and then they'll give you a map of where to go in the courthouse, okay, and then a probation assignment form where there's the 2 steps you have to do when you leave the courthouse, okay. So this first one, they tell you to do is go to the tax room, and that's on the first floor of the courthouse, and it looks like this. And they'll work out the court costs with you, which is generally $500, $550, and they want a payment plan or pay in full if you can. The second place they want you to go after when you leave the courthouse is to 411 West 13th Street, which is the probation building, and that looks like this. And it's about 2-3 blocks away from the courthouse, so you can walk there. And generally, it'll take you 20 or 30 minutes there. They're going to give you a handbook that looks like this, okay, and this is on my website, so you can download it in advance if you would like. The handbook talks about general questions about probation, how you should handle it, and how to complete it. So your first probation, your first actual probation meeting with your probation officer will be set on that day, and it's generally 3 weeks away from that court date. In between, and you can go either to this north. If you live up north, they'll assign you to the north one. If you live down south, they'll assign you to the south probation office. Now, in between those, the plea date and meeting that first meeting with your PO, there's a probation orientation where you can do that any day, Monday through Thursday, at either 8:30 or 3:30. And you just have to do it before your first meeting. And really what they do is they go over this book, and they just read this book to you, even though you've already had the book for a while. Now, after that, there really are just multiple meetings with your probation officer. And it depends how often. It's typically every month for a while. Sometimes they will reduce that down to every couple months, depending on how you're doing. Now, I want to talk to you about 5 keys to being successful in probation. Okay? And the first one is, act happy to be on probation. Okay? Don't make their job harder. Now, I say they have 2 file cabinets, one for punks and one for not punks. And you got to stay in the not punk file cabinet. And the way you do that is you don't cause them any trouble, and in fact, you don't even frown. Okay, you don't even look sad. Just be pleasant, happy, and take notes, and just do everything they tell you to do. Okay, that's step 1. Now, bring a book. Be patient. Expect everything to be slow and inconvenient. Okay, now sitting in chairs like this is in the intake department. It's just going to be it's going to be maddening, and you just have to figure out how to make it not maddening. Okay, bring a book, bring a notepad, take some notes. Okay. Second thing, don't drink alcohol, smoke weed, or get arrested. Okay, those are the 3 things that people get revoked on probation the most for. Okay, absolutely don't drink alcohol. That's probably 70% of revocations are when they catch you drinking alcohol. The third, ask permission to travel and do it in advance. Okay, so don't say, "I'm going to Colorado on Christmas." Say, "May I go to Colorado for Christmas?" And when you're doing that, try to make that in October when you ask them. you don't just tell them you're going somewhere, because you do have to get permission to do it. 4, complete classes, community service, and pay fees. Basically, you just have to do everything they tell you to do, and do it quickly. Don't wait for it to be convenient, because the thing is, it will never be convenient. There's never going to be a time where you just, oh, I can totally have time. It'll always be difficult, so just do it soon. And 5, if they say something that you can't do, just say no problem, right? I say, if they tell you you can't go to your best friend's wedding, say, you know what, I didn't like them anyway. And then you get out to your car and you call me, and I will do my best to fix it, okay? And I can usually fix everything unless you're being bad on probation. If they catch you drinking alcohol and all sorts of stuff, and then they say you can't go to a wedding, the judge is going to go, no, this guy's just going to go drink some more. Anyway, if you're perfect, I can pretty much accomplish whatever you need done. All right, that's the best of luck. Hang in there, call me if you have any questions.